Now, Illinois Democrat is leading the charge to level the playing field between investors and the people they trust to grow their money.
That's right. Congressman Bill Foster joins us this morning. He says the Investors' Choice Act is long overdue, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about it this morning. Good morning to you, Congressman. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, but I wanted to hear more about the iceberg. I'm a scientist, and I was fascinated by that.
Well, I want you to talk to us right now about what is important to investors, because you feel this is long overdue. Why did you feel that this was needed in the first place?
Well, the death of Bernie Madoff last week reminded us of what a big story it is when the super wealthy people are bilked out of billions of dollars. But equally tragic and much more common are smaller investors who trust their life savings to broker-dealers or investment advisors who may not have told them the truth about the risks of and prospects of the investments that they've been asked to make. And they then find out, when they're unhappy with the results they've seen, is that the fine print of their contract that they've signed, and when they signed that, they gave up the right to get a lawyer and go to a court to get justice. And instead, the contracts that they've signed force them to take their disputes to these so-called arbitration venues, where the judges, who are not really judges at all, are paid for by the investment advisors, and there is no jury. And these arbitration venues are not designed to be fair, and their judgments go against investors the great majority of the time. And my bill, the Investor Choice Act, would prevent that. It would ban mandatory arbitration agreements and simply give investors the choice when a dispute arises. Do you want to go to courts, or do you want to go to the arbitration venues? So, there are often gray areas in this. Arbitration panels can be good options for investors because they don't involve large legal fees and so on. But the fact that they find against the investor such a huge fraction of the time will make it really, in most cases, not a very good option.
How is this bill being perceived by others? Let's dive into that.
Well, Senator Merkley is presenting a very similar bill in the Senate, and Senator Durbin is fully supportive of it. He signed on to the Senate version of the bill. In the House, just locally in Illinois, members Kasten, Schakowsky, and others are supportive of this. This is an overdue idea.
Talk to us about investors that have gone through this process, and I know that this is why you're doing it. I want you to maybe paint for our viewers maybe a case that you've heard where somebody ended up in this and they ended up in arbitration and they were never going to win. Is there a story that you want to share with us?
Well, I'm a scientist, so I look at the statistics, and any normal court should not find always for the plaintiff or always for the defendant the overwhelming fraction of the time. Any normal court should not have a judge who is paid for by one of the parties. And the other group that's been coming to us is the other NASA. This is the North American Securities Administrators Association. These are officials in every state of our country whose responsibility is to deal with consumer complaints against securities professionals. And they've been on the front line calling for this for years, because they have to deal with people who believe they've been wronged, by their investment advisors or broker dealers. And they see then they have to explain to, the people that they're elected to serve or selected to serve, that I'm sorry, you're out of luck, that you've signed this contract which says you can't even get a chance to go to a court.
So wow.
And like they've been saying, look, the solution for this is a new federal law that simply bans these arbitration prohibitions.
Yeah, it sounds like this is
that's most of what this bill is about.
All right, Congressman, we've run out of time. Appreciate you joining us this morning to talk about the Investor Choice Act. Please keep us updated on the progress of the bill.
That's right. It will help millions of Americans have a more secure retirement.
All right.